Guys, what the fuck? It is hot. I think I'm literally skipping frames because it's too hot. My laptop is getting too hot. It is fucking bananas. Holy shit. I think I need to legit put this shit up somewhere. God. Lucy, hello. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. What do I do? Let's see. How does the stream look on y'all's end? How are we doing? Good for you. Good for you. See, it just started clouding up a little bit outside, so maybe. Okay, let's see. Okay, I elevated my MacBook a little bit for some extra ventilation. Maybe... Dude, if I close it up now, I'll definitely crash OBS, so I'm not gonna do that. Oh my god. Pop out chat. Let's see if that worked. Oh my fucking god, dude. Oh, everything feels slow. Everything feels slow. Durchlüften. Classic. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm dropping an insane amount of frames. It is literally my laptop just like being too hot, I think. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh my god. Okay, guys, I'm almost done with setup. I'm almost done with setup. Holy shit. No way. What the fuck am I gonna do? Wait, no. Oh my fucking god. Okay, let's close this fucking tab. This fucking tab. Suspend tab. There you go. Okay, let's see. Let's see if that improves my fortunes. Oh my god. Oh my god. What the hell? Oh, now Twitter is locking up. Oh, it's over. How the fuck is this so slow? I don't understand. I suspended all my tabs. I think that helped. I think that actually helped. Oh my god. Shooting Dio. Hello. Space capitalism. Is Mario Galaxy about capitalism secretly? Am I missing some nuance there in the story? Oh. Guys, it's so hot. I mean, now is a good time to, like, air out. The thing is, so we have this word in German, lüften. We basically just open the windows wide and let the air come in, the cool air. There's coins everywhere for some reason. Okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah. And I learned that that's not an American thing at all. Y'all don't do that apparently. Okay, I think now's a good time. Holy shit. Let me... Guys, look at our plants. Look at this beautiful plant. It's an African plant. It's called, Sansevieria. We put these little labels on them so that we know what the fuck to do intuitively. Yeah. We got this little bonsai as well. Beautiful. Oh. Oh my god. Let me get an iced tea as well. Guys, I'm trying to be in a calorie deficit. I'm trying to lose weight. I've been tracking all my shit rigorously for the last over 24 hours. But right now I'm just gonna have this. I'm just gonna enjoy this. It's not even... What's the calories in this shit? Dude, 26 calories for 100 milliliters, that's nothing. That's absolutely nothing. Oh, yeah. last. Has to be like 300. So I'm like 75 calories with the ship. Dennis, what up? I'm sorry I didn't say hello when I was in Berlin, by the way. It's just I had a lot to do. Had a pretty full schedule. Oh my god. Okay, y'all. So let us get into the updates. We got a couple things. We got a couple things going on today. Let's see. Oh yeah, wait a second. Bam, we're doing that. Thank you for understanding. Berlin is awesome. I love Berlin. It's fucking sick, dude. I hadn't been in so long. Had a really good time. Okay. That's fine. Bam, bam. Okay. So, couple things. Number one, I just posted a new video today. What the hell? What's the P. Diddy verdict? Oh, wait. What? What the fuck? 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 What the What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What? That's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy. What the hell? What? Bro. Found guilty of lesser charges. Still faces considerable prison time. The maximum of 20 years. What's up, Luke? See, I was about to point to everybody, ooh, this is my cool new video that I just released, haha. And then I saw fucking Charlie. P. Diddy, this is classic Charlie. Classic Charlie. So I had to look this up. What the fuck? What the fuck? So Lucy asked, do I regret the free Diddy from last stream? Bro, I did everything in my power to, soften that. Oh my god. What the fuck? Whoa, the trees are fucking moving. I think it's about to storm. Also, by the way, wait, sorry for switching topics, switching gears. Oh, OBS is hanging. Okay. This is such a Bjorn move. This is the exact type of thing he would do. What the hell? Okay, guys, let's get back on topic. Okay. Oh wait, that's my, yeah. So games today are worse. I released this video today. Games are worse now, actually. Games are worse now, actually. I'm weighing in on the games are not fun anymore discourse. I'm weighing in on the expand your horizons discourse. Thank you, Luke. Thank you. I think this one's popping off a little more than my last couple attempts. So please check this out. Please watch this. I've responded to a couple comments here already. Not every game is gonna be for everyone, yeah. Okay, I'm still my computer is still dropping frames. I hope it's not too bad. I think it's literally just the fucking MacBook is too hot. Maybe I should get in the habit of restarting my computer before I stream. Maybe that would help. Doesn't seem like it's too crazy right now. Okay. Thank you, my dude. So, I got a couple other things. 2 more things. Number 1. My new show, Backlog Battle. Still around, still kicking. I've advertised it a couple times here before. This is the first episode. Yeah, see, this is the thing. I've had this impression for a while that all I saw was not the actual videos. I just saw people complaining about it on Twitter based on the thumbnails of those videos. And that to me is way more annoying. It has been way more annoying than the original take, right? So, yeah. And there's see, very anecdotally, I didn't get into this in the video. I just know, anecdotally, a bunch of people who, like, say this type of shit. They say they expand your horizons type of spiel. They have the most boring tasting games ever. And, don't actually branch out of their comfort zone that much. Oh, Majin DD, hello, I forgot to say hello. What's up? It's hot. It's hot in Germany. Yeah. So, Backlog Battle, like I said, this is episode 1. I just released episode 3. This is a show where I simply talk about all the games that I cleared off my backlog that respective month. So, episode 1 is January, February. Episode 2, March, April. Now, episode 3 covers the month of May. I will record the June episode very shortly. You just go to my Ko-fi page, you have to post, and there you go, there it is. And if you've ever supported me, by the way, if you've ever supported me at any point on Ko-fi, you can actually participate in this poll as well. This poll is, basically for me, okay, what fucking games should I focus on for July? Because obviously we're still at the beginning of July. I'm still figuring out what games I will talk about in that episode. So if you want to give me a little nudge, these are a couple of the games that I've been chipping away at. I'll prioritize whatever gets number 1. Obviously right now that's Beautiful Joe. Which is kind of a dangerous one because I feel like that's a lot of work. But yeah. So episode 3, like I said, just came out. This is covering DMC Devil May Cry, Buster's Bad Dream, Super Metroid Varia Randomizer. What else did I talk about? The Bouncer, of course, the Bouncer. So yeah, if you want to see that, please consider becoming a member for €5, $5. And, yeah, for €5 a month, you can watch every episode as soon as it comes out. And all the prior episodes, of course, as well. So, that's my second update. I haven't really been posting any shorts, this week. Again, I was in Berlin. I was focusing on bigger stuff. Now, I was sorta low-key working on, oh yeah, wait, I cut the Mario Kart stream into a video. Didn't do super well so far, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe the clickbait didn't work. So, maybe consider checking this one out. I think it actually is a pretty enjoyable story to follow. I think there is a nice narrative progression there, especially the double dash part. I guess if you watch it live, there's not much point in watching it now. You know, it's like, okay, you already know what happened. But yeah, I also had the Mario Kart tier list stream recently, plus the GameCube tier list stream. I'm working that into a video at the moment. Not gonna be super fancy edited. It's just a very quick and dirty job. If you think that's a good idea, let me know. That's probably not gonna come out for a while though, because I have a bunch of other shit planned. And with that, we come to my big third update, which is the Resident Evil subathon. Yes, I'm finally doing it this weekend. We will play every possible variation of the Resident Evil 1 campaign in a 48-hour window. I will be live for 48 hours, and we will play Chris Jill Arrange, Chris Jill on the Nintendo DS, Chris Jill in the remake, Chris Jill in the remake hard mode, Chris Jill in the remake real survival mode with the disconnected item boxes, invisible enemy mode. What the fuck else? There's a mode in this game. I didn't even know this was a thing. It's called One Dangerous Zombie. Where there's basically, they just added a stalker to Resident Evil Remake. That like appears in a couple of rooms, and if you shoot at him even once, he explodes, and you know, the game ends. I don't even know if you will get that far, to be honest with you. 48 hours, not as much as it sounds. Yeah, that's the thing. Part of it, really the biggest part of it is like, well, okay, number one, I'm a little skeptical about old Resident Evil. I'm a little skeptical about how much I actually like it. And then number two, I'm like, okay, well, I never actually played them, like, super seriously. Higher difficulties and all that shit. So, the only one that I really kind of routed out back in the day was Resident Evil 2. So I figure, okay, this is the time. I'm just gonna play all of them fucking back to back. No holds barred. It'll be one big stream, and there will be challenges, there will be little goals, there will be little fun surprises. That's coming this weekend. Like I said, I'll start Friday evening, German time. I got this thing. So, you see there's a bunch of shit here. Eat hot pepper, maid outfits, sleep on stream. I need to think of a couple more goals. But the idea is that, like, for every $30 donated, I'll do, like, a little spin. And then, yeah. So, whoa, what the hell happened there? Let me know if you have goal ideas. Let me know right now. Actually, I'll add that shit. We were fucking around with wax my legs, but that sounds a little too intense. I'm not gonna lie. Let me. Oh my god, this is way too fucking hot. So I'll make a dedicated announcement video for that tomorrow. Yeah, honestly, it seems hard. I'll make the announcement video tomorrow, and then we'll get started on Friday, and it will go for exactly 48 hours. Obviously, I will still be sleeping and shit, right? Taking breaks. I'm not gonna be active the whole time. But yeah, maybe, again, so I go to bed for the night, I come back in the morning, consider following me on Twitter, Blue Sky, all that shit. To get updates about what's going on. If you, I mean, I'd be surprised if you didn't follow me yet. But yeah. Okay, so now we're back to the Bonanza Marathon. And my setup for this, because so we're playing both a couple key Donkey Kong games and a couple key Tokyo EPD games, and this time we're playing the Galaxies. Starting with Galaxy 1, and you need the pointer, and I've tried to sort of figure out, okay, how the fuck do I get a Wii sensor bar setup working here on my desk? So the solution that I came up with, some of y'all may not know this, the Wii U gamepad can function as a sensor bar. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn on the Wii U so that it enables this feature, and then I'm gonna play on the Wii. Which is, you can do 2 channels, that is a thing, that does work. But I'm not about those fire hazards, you know, I'm not a fan of that. So let's not do that today. Okay. So that's the thing, like, the Wii remote, it has a camera inside it. The camera just needs to see 2 lights. So that's why, if the lights are coming from the Wii U gamepad, it doesn't actually matter where the Wii remote is connected to, right? You can just keep the Wii U gamepad on and then still play on the Wii. Kind of a dumb setup, but it's going to work. See, and now you're asking, okay, why the fuck would I not just play on the Wii U? It's because the image quality is way better on the Wii. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm feeling vibration, but I'm not seeing anything on my screen. How the fuck? I did charge the Wii U gamepad, yeah. I'm always charging it. I always got the thing on me. Oh god. So, oh! Okay, okay. Capture card works. I just need to... Hang on a second. There you go! There you friggin' go. There you friggin' go. Okay. Got the real ass disc, of course. That's what we're playing. I mean, Wii games are pretty big. It is genuinely a little more convenient to just play the disc. However, because I'm a freak, I'll let y'all know. So yeah, I could Hang on. So, okay. Oh god, I almost knocked over my IC. Let me just finish the shit. Okay. So number one. How the fuck do I sit? Is this okay? I think this is okay. Okay, so I could start the disc like that. However, I get even better image quality. Exactly. Lucy, you got it. I still need to use USB loader GX, even though I'm running it off the disk. Because it has just much better video options. Okay. Honestly, I am a little worried that the Wii U gamepad is gonna die. But I guess we'll see. Okay. Honestly, I think this kind of works. I do need to... Okay. It's kind of a soulful setup. Look at this shit. Yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Okay. Nintendo is funny, yeah. I don't use it anymore. But like it really there's a weird hack for Pikmin 2. It's basically a port of Pikmin 1 into Pikmin 2's engine. And that shit doesn't run well on a GameCube. On a real GameCube. System default, okay. Okay, wait, force PAL 40p. So that shit you would have to either play on Nintendo and on a Wii, or on an emulator. Okay, we should be good. We should be fucking good. Why do I still have the freaking weather channel? Okay. Oh, yeah. Where's my other remote? Where's the shit? Oh my god. Oh, it's, I guess here. We're fucking gaming. We're fucking gaming. So, y'all may be familiar with our Good Games Canon series on the Beach Gen Game Club podcast. Huh. This looks sharper to me. The auto. Weird. Huh. But this should be square pixels. This kind of looks better. So, I played a little bit of this game again for that series. And I was not that impressed. It just felt kind of slow and not that exciting. But I'm excited to give it another shot. Okay, let me... This is a crazy fucking setup. What was I thinking? Okay. Dude, if I had a USB charger for the Wii U gamepad, that would go crazy. That would go fucking insane. I do have a 4K monitor. Couch, what up? Hello. So on my end, it is scaled to 4K as well. But obviously the stream, you see at the bottom it says 3040 times 2280, which is at 4K 60. You should have made the file OPA. Is Perfect Dark canned? Wait, what? Is that real? No fucking way.
Dear Mario, I'll be waiting for you at the
Lucy, that is a good question. It has... That's... No fucking way. Are you fucking... Wait. Sorry. That's fucking crazy. Wait a second. What the hell? Whoa! What? Bro, what the fuck? What the fuck? You're absolutely joking. What the fuck? You are not serious, dude. What the hell? What the fuck are they doing? Oh my god. No way. What's up, Hot Pocket, by the way? What's up, everybody? To whom I didn't say hi yet. Oh my... There's so much on my mind right now. What? How the fuck is that possible? How the fuck is that possible? Fuck. That's fucking crazy. So obviously, some of y'all know I've been very vocal about my boycott of Microsoft due to their support of Israel. Yes, Bobs, hello, what up? They did. This is fucking insane. Whatever. The rare game is also getting canceled. Oh my god, that's fucking awesome. What the fuck? Dude, what the fuck? We need to stop gaming, dude. We need to end the games industry. It's fucking over. What is the point? What the fuck is the point? Oh my god. Oh my god. That's fucking bananas. I don't... I don't... Video game crashes... The crash is gonna save us, guys. The crash is gonna save us. Oh my god. See, this whole setup, the whole setup for this game, it did make me think, okay, you know what? The Wii sensor bar, I love the precision of it. It is kind of stupid. There's something to the idea of just having gyro, which works by itself. It's... bro. Didn't the narrative... Didn't it used to be, oh, if you're at Microsoft, if you're at Studio Microsoft, you're fucking safe. Because, like, you can just release on Game Pass, you don't need to worry about sales. And you're just gonna have a nice little cushion. What the fuck happened to all of that? Oh my god. What is the point? What is the fucking point? Oh my god. That was true for about 3 years, exactly. Oh my god. It's just such transparent fucking greed. Bro, I don't... You cannot tell me. You cannot tell me you can't afford to keep those people employed. I'm sorry, I'm not believing it. That's fucking insane. What the fuck? I'm so shook right now. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Yeah. I mean, I think somebody within Activision Blizzard unionized, right? I think they're one of the first video game unions. That's crazy. I'm not gonna lie, these reflections look really cool. This game looks great. This game looks fucking great. With my tangent earlier about gyro and all that shit, I was thinking, okay, in that way the Switch version would be more comfortable. But then, number one, you can't even buy it anymore. Especially on the Switch 2. You can't take, like, I have a hacked Nintendo Switch 1 where I could play it, but the Switch 2 has much better gyro. So it's like, what the fuck? And then Galaxy 2 isn't in there, so that's so stupid. It's like, well, that's the big justification right now, right? That like, oh, they have this billion-dollar hole in their finances, and the only way they can plug it short term is by just firing everybody. It is insane. What's up, baby? You're so cute. Yes, Senor Puff Puff, that's a great name, by the way. It is much sharper. Because most 16... Well, if you use 16:9, it does render, like, minimally... Actually, I don't even know. No, actually it doesn't. It renders, I think, the same amount of pixels. Like, this is the true width of a Wii game. This is the true, like, okay, square pixels. And then it just puts the same amount of... It just puts more information in the same amount of pixels. Do y'all prefer this over the previous aspect ratio, by the way? I don't know. I feel like this looks a little more correct. Yeah, I think it does. The text looks a little wide, but... Yeah. So if you play games in widescreen, most of the time, you're... Like, because you have to stretch the pixels, that's the process where you lose sharpness. You have to turn the pixels from squares into rectangles. By keeping the pixels square, I keep sharpness, basically. Couch, you were asking me, am I playing this on a 4K monitor? And I said yes. So on my end, it is 4K. It's scaled to 4K. But obviously on y'all's end, that's then downscaled to 1080p. So yeah. But it's still, I think it is, I just get a cleaner scale overall. Like, if I was confined to a 1080p window, the scale would be much more awkward. The Quiet Sadness of Mario Galaxy. That's a real video, right? I'm not gonna lie, somehow, the cursor feels a little laggy. I'm not sure what's going on. Is it the fact that I'm playing on the Wii U gamepad, or... I'm using the... For those who don't know... Okay. For those who don't know, I'm using the Wii U... I'm playing on a real Wii, but then using the Wii U gamepad as the sensor bar. Which is the most insane setup of all time. And like now I'm wondering, does that shit make it more laggy? I mean, I think it wouldn't. I feel like it shouldn't. And the cursor is the only thing that feels laggy. Obviously. I feel like that's just how the game is. Planetoids. Senior Puffball, I feel like that's where I'm gonna land. At the time, I didn't care for Galaxy 2. And now I'm like, yeah, this game for me is just way too slow paced. I think Galaxy 2, it seems like it's tighter. It's crazy, right? I mean, it makes sense, because, like, they had a whole mode where you can play just on the gamepad. Wait, how do I... Wait, what? Oh, this feels so bad. Why did they just completely fuck the movement? I want to know that. That's fucking crazy. Why did they just completely destroy the movement? Oh, yeah. The Fritos, hello. Yeah, at least in terms of movement, I see it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm excited to try Galaxy 2, because that one I really haven't played in a while. This one, again, like I said, I played a little bit for GGC. Good Games Canon, our Beach Gen series. And, was not impressed. So, yeah, dude. Oh, nobody voted for Galaxy 2 for the 2010s edition, by the way, I'm realizing. That didn't even make it into, like, the tighter selection. Mama. She really is mommy. Rosalina is mother. Where did this meme start, by the way? Saying XYZ is mother. The first time I heard that shit was like Diablo Lilith. Diablo Lilith is mother. Actually, no, Aerith is mother. Aerith from Final Fantasy. This side flip feels... this feels atrocious. Oh my god. Half the time he doesn't even skid. And like there's... You cannot... It's the... Oh my god. It's so rigid. Oh, it's so bad. Dude, you know there's like freaks at Nintendo. Who like, they were low-key expressing their kinks a little bit. With the character design. Came from stan culture. Makes sense. She's mother and she ate. So y'all know my friend Pang? He's like sort of ironically gassing this game. Well, I don't know if it's ironic. I can't tell. I feel like the replay is gonna be disastrous for him. I feel like the frame rate is dropping a little bit. Oh yeah. I sort of remember that, yeah. Oh my god, the tutorials, dude. What the fuck? What the fuck happened to just a character standing there and I have to press A before they talk to me? This will survive better than Ocarina of Time. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know, actually. Do you have to yank the whole Wii U gamepad for that? No, so basically the Wii U gamepad is just... I'm just using it as a sensor bar. I'm still playing on an actual Wii with an actual Wii remote as well. There's a couple games, Wii games, you can use the gamepad with, actually, if you buy them on the eShop. I think that was the whole thing. Oh. Oh, that was tech. That was tech. That's... See, I think if there's like USB sensor bars. Ideally, I would have had another one of those. I already have two. But they're sort of... They're like glued to their respective setups. So I didn't want to move them. Ideally, I would have had another one of those just on my desk and then play it that way. But yeah, right now this was the easiest solution. If I play more Wii games, I'll probably get another sensor bar. Oh yeah, the Wii U scaling looks so bad. I mean, this right now looks fucking immaculate. This is like the best image quality you'll see for this game ever, probably. Transform. These like fat Goombas. Did they ever come back? Like they have a distinctly different shape from this type of Goomba, right? What do the lore heads say about this? Galoombas. Is that what they're called? Oh. They do look really, really good. Especially Galaxy 2. That's another pretty big jump. I think it's nice that they prioritized 60 FPS for this one as well. Like, that was the first 3D Mario with 60 FPS, if you think about it. Bro, I'm already doing it. The bootleg Goombas. Yeah, they were in 3D World. They were in 3D World. I mean, this is the first Mario game from this team as well. Yeah, I remember Matthew Matosis. He had sort of the cynical view that, like, the only reason they made it 60 FPS is because of the IR aiming. Which is probably true. But even then, it feels a little laggy. Again, I don't know if it's because of the sensor bar that I'm using, or... I feel like that can't be the reason, right? That can't really be it. I did sort of drop this Wii remote the other day. I dropped it on the floor, like, pretty hard. So, this is another thing. God, it's still so fucking hot. It was almost 60 FPS on GameCube. Yeah, you can like, unlock the frame rate. There's, like, a cheat for it. Though, even on Nintendo, I feel like it's not quite 60, if you do that. Oh, Evan, what up? I think Galaxy is probably mid, I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm gonna land on a comfortable mid with this one. Seems like a solid 6 out of 10. Galaxy 2? Maybe Galaxy 2 has the sauce. We're playing Galaxy 2 today as well. Oh yeah, the Starbits is kind of stupid. I do like the pulling gimmick later though. I do like that. Oh my god, all the fucking cutscenes, bro. Holy shit. See, I feel like I need to make a video about, like, up-resing games. Cause, like, I don't understand the impulse of looking at these graphics and thinking, yeah, I want to see that shit at, like, 4K rendering. I don't understand it. I feel like it looks so much worse than just, like, a soft pixelated image.
Please.
Half the game is baby tier stuff, but the vibes carry it. Like... If we saw this at a 4K resolution right now, like a real 4K like internally 4K, right? Half of 60... Shut the fuck up, Pang. See, I mean... I think I think the way I look at it, seriously, right? Seriously, the way I look at it is like, I think it's fine for a game to be like sort of a blank canvas if you can flex the movement a little bit. And that's how I feel with 64, right? And that's how I even feel with 3D World. I don't feel this with Galaxy. Yeah, see, like Mario is a little jagged. It feels kind of laggy to me. I need to try this again on CRT, I think. I'll try this like later on my HD CRT. Maybe tomorrow, yeah. The movement keeps engaging, yeah. Just cuts the fat, it lets me just platform without some lame hub. Yeah. So, yeah, again, I'm workshopping a video on, like, up-resing low-res graphics. And by up-resing, I mean increasing the internal rendering resolution. Like, right now, I'm just increasing the size of the pixels, right? But it's still pixelated. I don't understand the appeal of actually increasing the rendering resolution, but I haven't really figured out the language yet of expressing, like, my dislike for it. I feel like having, really the main thing you do is you get rid of the aliasing. You just have more pixels, right? All the edges are more clearly defined. But I feel like in that process with relatively low poly graphics, something's kind of lost. And I don't know really how to express that. What do y'all think? I don't know. It depends on the game. Yeah, I think with Mario Galaxy, Mario Galaxy is one of the better examples. RE4 looks very artificial. Yeah. See, this shit, I always thought this shit felt awesome. Pang, do you want to hop on, by the way? Do you have time? I'll let you on the mic. I'll let you talk to the people if you want. About why this game is a 10 out of 10. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, I'll give you a call. Sela, what up? What's up, man?
Am I on?
Chat should be able to hear you.
Fire. Let me mute the stream. Okay, cool. This game's bad.
Oh shit, what? What? Is the bit over? Is the bit over?
No, I'm kidding. It's a 10 out of 10 because it's like the most 7 out of 10 game ever made. And if you have the opinion that 7 out of 10s are like the peak of the median.
That's not even your opinion.
No, it's not. I really like this game. It's good. Well, because it's like, I don't know. It's tough for me because I feel like a lot of the movement stuff, especially talking about like 64, is like it's a lot of like it's sort of theoretical because none of us are speedrunning this shit.
Well, right? To me, I mean, let's be real. Like on a basic level, doesn't it just feel fun to move around in 64? I'm not even saying like I'm appreciating 64 on the fucking BLJ whatever level. I'm appreciating on the level of like I like the way Mario runs down slopes. I like the way he leans into turns. I feel like on the basic level, Galaxy just does not have the sauce at all. You know?
Yeah, but can you like articulate like a differentiation of that over this? Right?
I mean, I know you hate the word, but like wouldn't the metric be like game feel? I guess. And like if
well, I'm fine with I'm fine with game feel. It's just like I'm sure there's like there's gotta be something out there. I mean, part of it is that like, I mean, if you watch the speedruns between the two games, yeah, this one's a lot more boring. This is like sort of not a good
Oh,
there's like there's cool shit in this game in Galaxy 2, but it's mostly in terms of like fucking with the galaxy, like the gravity mechanics and like that kind of stuff, which is still like it is definitely not as saucy as watching a 64 speedrun. But it is sort of like a lot of the most famous 64 speedrun stuff, like the BLJs. It's like it is sort of like on the same in terms of what that reflects on the I guess the movement complexity is definitely similar. It's tough because like where I do think this is a big step up is especially over Sunshine, and I think over 64 is like a lot of the level design in this game is just like much better.
Okay.
I think, and probably better at like, because I think part of the reason I like 64 over a lot of its contemporaries is that the it is very much like a lot of levels are structured around specific, like here's one platforming challenge and then we're gonna sprinkle some other objectives in the environment, right?
Yeah.
And this one feels like they were moving towards Galaxy. It feels like they were always trying to do something with more like linear level design.
I agree.
Like Galaxy. I really like. I think the collectathon stuff is something is sort of like a post hoc contextualization based on where like other developers went with it.
Yeah.
And then now they've sort of like canonized that. But if you look at Odyssey, I don't think is very much like 64 and Sunshine in structure. I think like even on Nintendo, I think overstated it in terms of like where they were going with it.
I agree. I mean, it seems like Bonanza also is kind of continuing the Odyssey formula of, okay, there's a linear kind of main path, and then there's a bunch of shit on the side, and it just happens to be in a big world.
Yeah, it I really don't know what to think about Bonanza.
It's gonna be peak.
Look at it yet.
I'm gonna be that game's biggest shooter.
Over this shit.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
Oh my god. Bro just put out a video on why games are bad now, and he's about to play Big Red Faction Slop because it's got Donkey Kong on it.
The quiet sadness of Donkey Kong Bonanza. Yeah, I think I'm just in the camp where like I appreciate a movement system for the sake of itself and not necessarily for like the challenges that come from it, right? I mean that's the Super Metroid logic as well, right? Like it's like awesome that Super Metroid has like these crazy speedruns, but it's not like the enjoyment I'm deriving from it is contingent on me learning a speedrun, right?
Well, I think also like in that particular case, it's because you can like extrapolate it to the environment, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If it was like a completely linear experience, I think it would be like different in how we perceive it.
Yeah. I just think with I'm playing it and I'm playing Galaxy, and I'm not having fun moving around like on this really stupid kind of base level. Yeah. To me, I'm the type of player where to me that matters.
But what I'm waiting for, and not from like you specifically, but I think for people who like shit in this game, is like I need like the side by side like frame comparisons. Like here's the actual like rationale for that.
Okay.
Because I think there is some level of the gravity's sort of like a double-edged sword, right? Because you're not really at like risk a lot of the time, but then it also sort of lets you, if you're like sort of, you know, like with these long jumps or whatever, like you can sort of like warp how you're moving around the environment, right? You can like make these very elongated jumps.
Yeah, I'll say real quick. As a kid, I love doing like this shit. I love doing just woo around a planet.
Yeah.
And that's cool, but yeah.
I mean, I guess part of the like, I guess this game like there's sort of less of a way to like, I guess cancel the moves into each other, right? Or at least have that sort of linking.
I mean,
Like,
so
maybe on
there's a couple things. So I think Mario's momentum feels like kind of non-existent. I feel like he doesn't really interact with like slopes or anything very much.
Yeah, which is again one of those like down, just coming from the gravity because everything has to be a slope. It's like nothing's a slope.
Yeah,
right?
and even if you look at individual like classic moves, like the I can't even tell you why, like how exactly the skid is different, like why I can't get it to trigger as reliably as 64. I feel like, well, now I'm getting kind of, but
Yeah, it's definitely different in this game.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then the fact I can't reorient the skid, the fact that my movement path once I jump is so much more rigid, and like I think 64, for example, is in that sweet spot where, okay, the jumps are kind of committal, but you can manipulate them in a way in midair that still feels. Again, I come back to this like subjective idea of feel, right? But it's a little hard to grasp, but it feels good. In this game, I'm not like the fact I can barely move in the air. It feels subjectively bad, and it's I wouldn't even say like, ooh, this makes the game like more interesting in like a particular way. It just feels kind of nerfed for the sake of it.
Restrictions breed creativity. Actually, limitations breed creativity.
Well, maybe 64 is sorry, Galaxy is the counterexample. I don't know.
I think also this game well, I don't know. I guess early on you can like it's sort of especially sort of like okay, moving to the motions. I guess actually maybe what I really don't understand is like because I do get like on a fundamental level the 64 stuff, even if it's hard to articulate. I don't really like the 3D world stuff. That's where I'm like, I don't know about that.
I think 3D world is
like,
I mean I wouldn't say it's a game that has much to appreciate on a technical level. It's just on a feel level. Okay, you speed up much faster. It's a much faster game. You redirect much faster. Like it's nothing crazy or anything, but it just again to the human mind, I want to argue that like it kind of does feel better. I don't know.
The because it has the roll, right?
Yeah.
And the roll's sort of cool.
It is, yeah.
Which part of it is I feel 3D World really like. I mean, part of it is they just by putting you in so many like empty, like just the spaces are so large. Right?
Oh yeah.
It's sort of like it makes you use it in a weird way, but it's like that's not really what I want to see. Which hence why I really fell in love with 3D Land when I was playing earlier, or whenever I played it end of last year.
Yeah, I think that's valid.
Because I think also like there it's like.
I mean, it's the classic. The multiplayer kind of ruins it, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because it's like you can do the the roll into a long jump over and over again, which is like a cool like movement to do, but it's like it does sort of get into like well, I'm just sort of doing this over and over again, right?
Yeah.
It's like the shield dashing in Symphony of the Night.
Oh yeah.
It's really not something you want to see.
Yeah. When I pick up 3D World now, I do have this instinct to kind of blast through the levels, and I'm not gonna lie, that's not that fun, because it's not.
Yeah.
I think it needs, for that to work, it needs at least a little bit of density, and I think I would argue 64 has that, even though it's easier levels. But 3D World, nah. And 3D Land, I'm definitely gonna revisit that to like see how I feel about that.
Yeah. Someone's asking about the movement of 3D World on Switch versus Wii U.
It's overall faster, and they also added the dive from Odyssey, the mid-air dive.
Or they're asking if it like breaks the level design.
That's a good question. I think so. I can't give you like a technical answer on that. I do know anecdotally a lot of people struggled way more with the Switch version. They found it I think if you're sort of moving through the levels organically, it's much more common that you like overshoot jumps and stuff. Now the question is, can you break the level design like in a cool way? I can't tell you that. I don't know. But yeah. There's obviously the famous sort of ice skating interaction where if you crouch repeatedly while you're ice skating, you just keep stacking speed and you go absolutely fucking bananas. But that was also present on the Wii U. So.
I did play that. I think I probably played that game more recently than I played this one. Actually, PJ played like the whole thing recently. And so I played like a couple levels. I think also that whole lineage is sort of weird because there's so many ideas that get reused.
Oh yeah.
Between them, like even all the way back to Galaxy 2. Like they sort of do end up in like as like a slurry in my brain. I'm like, which gimmick is in this game, right? I don't remember. And some of them do improve. I think when I looked at the Galaxy 2 platform flipping between the red and blue platforms, and like that one you have to trigger on the shake, and 3D Land change it so it just triggers on every jump, is like that's a much more interesting obstacle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like some of the later the Galaxy that's like the ice bond in this one. I really like that one. The big toy Galaxy.
Oh yeah.
Some of the power-ups are also like the fire flowers, like sort of whatever, but like doing the spring challenges.
Yeah.
I think they are like, I know this is not maybe as popular an opinion, but I think Nintendo is actually very good at okay, we're gonna restrict your moveset to something pretty small and give you interesting challenges around it. I mean, that's part of what I liked about Odyssey. I think Odyssey was really strong at that point. And was good at like there is like those systems are nuanced enough you can play around with them and actually like not just do all the challenges in an order you can play, even though they are like very much meant to be like, yeah, here's a bunch of obstacles you do in order.
The consensus in chat.
This game's back half is great, which is definitely true.
Yeah, the consensus in chat seems to be that Galaxy 2 just kind of trims the fat. Because I'm playing this now, I'm reminded of my GGC experience for the 2000s edition, where I was like, okay, the start of this game is kind of bad.
Not to, you could be doing this so much faster.
Sure, but like, I mean, it's not like I'm like struggling, you know, but like, would this game be better if I did it faster? Is that like that's the question, I guess?
I think so. It's you know, they're reasonably, some of the planetoids, obviously more than others, are like reasonably like open-ended, which is I think something that they stopped doing as much after this game.
Okay, see that was a nice skip for you that I just did. See that?
I'm about to see it. Gonna do you skip the pool.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
See, now I can call this game a 6 out of 10, right?
No, you gotta keep. You gotta keep.
It's like I feel like,
a lot, like
oh yeah, go
like this planetoid. You're like, I don't know if you've left it, but the one I'm looking at right now, where it's just like, okay, there's some stuff around, and then there's like Goombas and there's little spike balls. It's like, okay, these are the ones where it's actually like there's really not much going on.
Yeah. And off memory, I want to say that gets less common as you play, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
But like it does not. I think, you know, I can get it from a 2008 perspective what they were thinking, because like the concept is so out there for this game that like they felt compelled to introduce you to it very slowly. And like I mean, fucking all of us remember, right, when this game came out, I was fucking dazzled by the presentation and by the novelty of it. So like slagging it now for that like maybe is a little unfair.
And that is, I think, 100% still a big factor for me. Like Sunshine, I mean 64 I like, and I grew up on that game, so I did, you know, I always liked how it looks, and I liked sort of like the
Me too.
The very preliminary 3D, but it's not like it is sort of a you have to, I think, if you're trying to look at it from like in a vacuum, right, out of context, you have to do the fucking like creepypasta style, like, oh my god, it's so abstract and like things just end. Is like I'm in a freaking liminal space. It's like that stuff doesn't appeal to me at all. It is very like, because when I look, I just see it how it was when I was a kid. It's like okay,
Yeah.
they plop you in like on a flat plane, and you just kind of sort of jump around.
That's funny, because, like, as a kid, I had 64, and I had Galaxy. I did not have Sunshine. I don't know if that's,
I have
like...
Sunshine until I was maybe 12 or 13. Yeah. Which, that game... I think I've always disliked that game. That game is...
It's cursed.
That is real cursed. That's a good example of a lot of times where they put restrictions on your toolkit, or, like, not the fucking...
no flood levels?
What? Yeah, the no flood levels are fine. Those are some of the better.
Yeah.
There's one, whatever the late one is in Noki Bay, where it's all like the tight ropes and rotating platforms. It's like that is like a 10 out of 10 market challenge right there. It's really, really good.
Hot Pocket's
But there's
saying...
so many like.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I just saw. So what you're saying is that since I didn't play 64 as a kid, so I can actually appreciate the aesthetic. It is creepy. If you're like, I actually think it's.
Oh,
like,
shit, I had enough Starbits. Fuck.
Oh yeah, I forgot this. Just run around getting the star bits.
I forgot that that's what I'm doing.
Is this the one? Do you get to go inside the middle in this level, or is that the next one?
I don't know. See, I was focused on chat, so I missed this, the upcoming Sling Star. And then I realized, oh, I can feed this guy now. Which, I don't know what the intended path is, but we'll see.
I am glad they didn't do more of this in the game. The fucking, like, actual collectathon shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Really
I think I'm
great.
very inclined to believe that, you know, maybe skipping to Galaxy 2 is, like, is the move. I know you don't like to hear that, but, like...
It's tough, because I'm, like... See, it's been a long, like, it's been longer since I played Galaxy 2. Like, it's probably
same.
God, when was I senior in high school? Was that 8 years ago? Good God. No, it was less. Well, what am I, 26 now? Yeah, actually, yeah, it's been over 8 years. And I did a collaborative playthrough, which is actually, I think, the best way to play it. We had a Wii in our senior commons, and we would just, like, rotate depending on who was, you know, like, had a, you know, study hall or whatever, which meant I got to be the one who did all the, like, the very final challenge, and I did not have to gather all the green stars.
Oh, yeah.
Which is, like, that is actual, I mean, this game doesn't really have that, like, at all, which is, so it's not like this is necessarily, like, better, like, in terms of, like, there's no real, like, giant final level that's not, like, the standard, which I sort of hate a lot of the modern implementations of that, because they're just so pernicious in how they make you play literally fucking everything.
Yeah.
Right? But it was, but I don't remember, like, really playing that one and it being like, oh, this is like linear upgrade, or like, I feel like the start of that one's still sort of not like slow, but it's sort of the same level of, like, you're not getting to the interesting stuff until later on.
Okay.
Right? And it is also, from what I remember, definitely more in the, like, linear challenges vein. Which I think is almost debatable whether that works with this kind of system, right? Compared to, like, you know, 3D Land, 3D World, where you do at least have, like, this roll jump you're playing with that could, like, is at least a little more tactile and interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, because, I played Galaxy 2 maybe like 2-3 years after that release, and did not really fuck with it, and was competing against my memories of Galaxy 1, and I hadn't revisited Galaxy 1 in a while. So I feel like that playthrough was, like, not really representative of how I would feel now at all. Yeah.
Yeah, I was sort of in the same boat.
Oops.
Oh yeah, you gotta do that. because I think because Galaxy 2 was also pretty late in the Wii's life cycle, and by that
Yes.
point I had a PS3, and I've been playing PS3, and I was like,
Yeah.
I mean, when I was 8 when this came out,
Oh.
and 12 when that came out, I think. So it's sort of like, yeah, I was playing like Uncharted and shit.
Yeah, same. I was, like, the Wii was sort of dead to me around 2009, 2010. And then I didn't, like, all the Wii games, all the late era Wii games, like DKCR, Xenoblade, Pandora's Tower, Last Story, Galaxy 2, Other M even. I didn't catch up on that shit until, like, I got the Wii U, basically.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, I didn't play any of it. Actually, I played Returns on 3DS,
Hell
which, yeah, that might be why I don't like that game. Dennis Jutt says, I finally bought the Wii because of Galaxy 2 and Other M. That's so fire.
Beast.
It's two of the best games on the console.
Oh, shit. I messed up the tech. Can you just jump to the middle? I should have tried that.
I think it's the gravity you can't.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna say it's a bad game. No, I swear, bro. There's cool shit.
Yeah. Maybe the
Maybe I
move.
need to watch I need to watch a modern speedrun for this game. I need to see what they're up to nowadays. I don't know. There's interesting stuff in this game.
Hot Pocket was saying the replay of this one will not be as bad as the Ocarina of Time replay for you.
For me, oh, dude, this game is like, because I already like did the replay of this game. No, that's now been a while. That was, oh my god, coming up on 5 years ago. That's how long it's been since the pandemic.
Shit.
But
that's so long ago.
I know. Yeah, it's because Ocarina of Time technically I finished after that, but I played majority of it before because I didn't actually end up like doing a full playthrough of that game, like a non-little kid playthrough until 2019. Ocarina of Time, I'm like, what my plan is, I'm gonna do the early Shadow Temple and get the hover boots early, and then do all the other adult dungeons with the the hover boots and fuck around.
The secret sauce.
Yeah, I'm gonna make y'all mad. Like, see, look, this is like Super Metroid. It's got the
Oh man.
It's got the skips, and then you can break open the physics.
Fire. So I mentioned last time when I said I was gonna play this game, I was sort of wondering, okay, how am I gonna do the sensor bar setup on my desk? I'm playing this on a real Wii, but I'm using the Wii U gamepad as the sensor bar. And I'm noticing, okay, the red light on the gamepad is currently on, so the battery is like getting up there. So I don't know what I'm gonna do when that happens, but
Yeah.
I don't have any candles in the house before anybody asks.
Wait. So the sensor bar is on battery? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, the sensor bar. The Wii U gamepad is the sensor bar, basically. It has like the top portion of it can act as a sensor bar.
Oh. Yeah, smart.
Yeah.
That thing, it dies so quick.
Yeah. I never did the battery upgrade either, so.
I think you can skip over to the, like, without the P costume, you just jump in.
Oh, cool.
Earlier.
Well, I want to see the design intent, you know. I want to see what
that's part of what is like throwing me is like you don't play 64 like this, do you? Where fucking kill like everything and like you're running.
I don't. The thing is,
it, bro.
I think the movement in this game is like has a pacifying effect on me. Yeah. It like. It's so sluggish and boring to move around that I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play this game like in character. Oh god.
These have been some rough streams for you. What were we playing before? Oh, Dog Hog 64, where you're wandering on the the hub for like 15 minutes. Oh my god, these are anti-Z. after I was saying earlier, it's like I don't know. Galaxy 2 is like really linear challenge. It's like actually that might be better for you.
It would be. It would be.
That might be the move.
This is like these streams are like they're a substitute for an actual ADHD diagnosis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, see, here's the thing with Donkey Kong 64. I want to clarify that, like, I don't think the game is back because I got lost. Obviously, I'm an idiot, right? But
there's so many other reasons.
It's just so aimless and boring. Yeah. Like the idea of okay, to find the next beat, the next progression beat, I would have to slowly walk through this ugly, uninteresting map. No, sir. That's really it.
Yeah, no, it is. It is just a fuck. I've only played maybe half of that game, but that was half.
That's too much.
You're fucking dead.
See, DeFritos, everybody who knows me is like, oh yeah, you don't need the diagnosis. You're fine. As in, like, it's definitely correct.
My sister got diagnosed in the last year. I was like, cause she's like 21. I'm like, why'd you even bother? Cause I was like, oh, you're trying to get Addy? She's like, nah. Why would you? And she's like, oh, well, I want to get double time on exams. I'm like, oh, there you go.
That's awesome. I think that Addy would go kind of crazy. I think I would fuck with that. But like in Germany, it's so much more.
Blessing and curse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say in Germany, it's so much more tedious than other countries to like get checked up for their shit. It's also like, I mean, before I moved out, I never wanted to talk to my parents about it. Like, about possibly being ADHD.
Yeah.
Now I don't have the excuse anymore, so yeah, I might get on that eventually. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's. Well, do y'all get disability benefits for it?
Ooh, I don't think so, dude.
I don't know if you can get him over here. In fact, the funny thing is now, this is someone. My old roommate's sister's like a Disney adult, right? And she was telling us because she went to college down in Orlando, Florida, where like, Disney World is, right? So
Yeah.
they would go to there and like all the theme parks like all the time. I'm getting distracted, but getting this Captain Toad. There's like a fucking skip for that. It's like the stupidest. You just jump up the tree.
Oh, what the hell?
And it's like really precise, but you just like hop, on like this very particular like angle and order. Like I was like, oh my god. See people like do it over and over again, just fail. Anyway, so she was telling me that apparently at Disney World I'm sorry, what was this? Oh my god. See, now I'm being ADHD. I'm like, I keep seeing chat stuff, and I'm like, my brain's going everywhere.
I'm gonna ask you about that. Yeah, I'll remind you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so she was like, okay, so if you're in like a wheelchair or whatever, they don't give you like front of line access for the rides anymore. They don't give you like the automatic like, disability fast pass. Yeah, because they're like, well, the issue is not like, can you? Because for a while it was like, oh, if you're disabled, we want to like obviously support, blah blah blah. And then I guess they realized at some point it's like the issue with disabilities that's an actual like impediment at the parks is not like if you're in a wheelchair, you're actually this is not me saying this. This is their
reasoning.
Their reasoning. Is that if you're in a wheelchair, you're actually at an advantage because you're sitting down the whole time you're in line.
That's fucking crazy.
I will say from that perspective, it does make sense. Like if you're actually looking to target whoever at your parks is like having their disability interfere with their like enjoyment.
Yeah.
Especially in the era of long lines, it's like you actually, if you are in a wheelchair, you at least you're not standing up for like 90 minutes to go on the fucking stupid Avatar ride, right?
Yeah.
That is, which is sort of like, well, part of it is like if you're disabled, like that. Like if you're like in a wheelchair or something, or you have any sort of like that kind of physical impediment, then yeah, you actually the point should be that like, hey, we want to like make your experiments more enjoyable because you just like you're dealing with that constantly. Right?
Yeah.
Thanks for love the blog paying. DeFritos, thank you so much. Glad to hear that.
Oh yeah.
I'm actually 3 articles ahead right now. We will have steady articles for the next couple weeks.
Flames.
So anyway, what they do give you disability fast pass for
Is ADHD?
is ADHD.
No
and
fucking way.
And one for like, especially for like autism, especially for like non-high functioning, like low functioning autism, like that actually makes a lot of sense. Like,
Okay.
taken care of. So, but yeah, she was like, "Yep, I got my doctor's note." And I went in, I skipped like every single line. I was like, "No fucking way." Of course, she's chewing Addy the whole time, so it feels like awesome, right? She's locked the fuck in. She doesn't have to eat all day.
That's awesome.
She's going to the Disney Princess breakfast just to meet the Disney Princess. So she's like, "This tastes like cardboard anyway. I'm not gonna eat till like 8 p.m. anyway."
This is like semi. Oh, my Wii U gamepad is like blinking. That's not good.
Fire.
I don't know if we're gonna get to Galaxy 2. The narrative that this game is actually better will persist, possibly.
Yes, yes, fire. My influence.
I was gonna say this is semi-related, but I started tracking calories again. Because I've been gaining a little weight. It's funny that once you start tracking, like, I'm on day 2 and I'm already way less hungry than I normally would be. Somehow, the psychological component of that is very strange.
You're lucky. I was great last time I did it, like maybe a month ago. I was great for like 2 weeks and I lost maybe 5 pounds. And then like recently it's been better. It's also tough because PJ does like intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
Right? More or less. She wouldn't call it that, but that's like basically what she does. So she's having like a delicious big dinner and she can eat chips and all that stuff. I'm like, fuck, I need to stop. Stop buying chips. I was so good about not buying chips.
Yeah.
I was eating green peas instead.
That actually sounds good.
They are good. I love peas. I keep I think I have a thing in the fridge right now. I need to have some. I just keep a thing in the fridge and then I'll just eat a couple spoonfuls here and there.
We got a couple.
I used to do peanut butter for the quick protein, but peanut butter's so fatty. Like,
yeah.
It's very calorie dense.
What the hell? We got a couple grocery stores that sell sort of pre-packaged, like already peeled carrots that are already washed as well.
Yeah.
That sounds like fucking tech, dude. That sounds like a hack. Because I had them a couple times and it's like, damn, that shit is filling as fuck.
Yeah.
That might be my move. But yeah, as far as like snacks goes, we only really buy dark chocolate, that's it.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh man, I need to go back to eating dark chocolate.
Yeah.
I used to keep. That was actually an awesome like treat because it's so like. I'm only eating like a piece a day. That's sort of all I want.
Yeah. It's
there's,
like
no
it's like very intense and like very flavorful and like somehow you feel satisfied. Yeah.
Yeah. You sort of suck on it for a while and like the flavor gets a lot more like fruity.
Yeah.
Right. So yummy. Also, the No More Heroes thing. That I think that's like a really dumb pseudo story, which there's a lot of dumb pseudo stories, but that one in particular is like sort of aimless, and then he does all these rug pulls at the end. It's very like the nice thing with something like Killer 7 is that it's because it's like vignette based is like you sort of even when there's like not a lot of subtext in terms of like he's just fucking saying what he thinks. I don't think he really does that all that often in Killer 7. It is very like the way he views the world in that game is so weird. And in No More Heroes it's very obvious that like I think if you go the route of ascribing like a particular, especially if you're like if you're like, oh, he's like fuck Travis touchdown, I'm trying to make something like a cautionary tale almost. It's just so on the nose and just, like stupid and like I very firmly think that he likes Travis touchdown a lot. He loves Travis.
Yeah. I mean, TSA, he is Travis.
Yeah, exactly. TSA is, for the record, I think,
This is
narrative-wise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very, very good game. Very interesting game. Very bad game. Kind of king.
Yeah. See, the way you put it to me, the summation of the story is like so perfect, and I always recite it to people when I try to explain like the appeal. That like, yeah, TSA is about Suda being like depressed that he can't make a game as good as Hotline Miami. That's like,
Yeah, it's literally true.
it's like
so sad.
like that's thing when you say it, it sounds like shitpost, but no, it's like explicitly what the game is.
Yeah, like to the point where he just like you're in Hotline Miami for a second. And
Yeah.
Then got the, like Travis doing it's so.
And I thought the Shadows of the Damned chapter, for example, later. I think if you're even a little bit familiar with the history behind that game, I think that's really meaningful. I think the way they sort of convey the like, just sort of the slow like disenchantment from this thing that you used to put your heart and soul into.
Yeah.
I thought that was very powerful.
I think that's part of why like, I don't think many of his other games are necessarily like this, but like because that one's so personal, he's able to speak to it on a much more authentic level.
Yeah.
Where and this is also I think part of the No More Heroes thing, and this is very much a me thing. Like I'm a real punk. Like I'm a fucking I do DIY music. I've been to every kind of genre of that show and participated in those scenes and helped book and everything. And I'm not as big of a movie guy, but like I like watching movies. And so for him, this is like my punk game, and it's which Jenko Jean's Travis touch on is very funny. That is very like his change in design, where in the late 2010s he was in skinny jeans again. Is like okay, that is actually 100% what the fashion was at the time, like between those two games. But just like I don't know if you've ever listened to Stranglers, which is like who wrote
Very
the song
low.
No More Heroes.
Yeah.
They might as well be like an adult contemporary band to me. Like I don't. It's just so fucking lame to me. I guess I'm seeing Celia says I personally get a lot out of the world of the series. I'm definitely biased because I like really fucked up characters. I don't even know if like, because that's the weird thing to me is it's like because when I played the game, I was mainly consuming stuff like Retronauts and like that kind of milieu of like game reviewer, and they were all very much like, it's a precautionary tale about like. Because you see a lot of people now, it's like, oh, it's about like how labor is like fucked up and like degrading, etc., which I think is a stronger take. But the old take was like, this is a precautionary tale, like don't be like Travis. Travis is a loser, blah 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 blah. It's like Travis, like he actually gets the American dream. He gets everything he wants in his life, right? He gets it like, if you're playing the game like quote unquote correctly, like you are actually going from like. You're probably doing the side jobs at the beginning. You're like working your way up, and then in the second half, like if you're grinding money, you're going out. You just get assassin jobs. People are actually hiring you for real shit. Which I think part of is what makes the rug pull at the end of the game, and sort of why they had to retcon it. I think is like it's not like Travis is like suddenly finding himself like unraveled. And he's like, oh my god, everything I believed was fake, blah blah blah. He is an assassin. He's getting hired to do assassin gigs. He's making all his money being assassin. Other people are trying to assassinate him, right? And I think that's sort of like conundrum they find themselves in as writers. Like I think made them make No More Heroes 2, which I think is I actually like No More Heroes 2 a little better. That's a very strange take, right? And that's more like if we're going on a vibes basis, I actually like that one more. There's like a string of bosses from like the right after the shitty motorcycle fight to basically right before the end of the game. Is like those are all just like that's what I would have wanted No More Heroes 1 to be, just like this really fun boss rush in like Muso style gameplay. Which I guess is also another part of like No More Heroes 1, the boss lineup I think is very like very very uneven. Like Shinobu's great. The Magician's great. A lot of the other ones are sort of like gimmicky, or they're like extremely rudimentary. Like Destroy Man is like he just has 4 moves and he calls them all out, and you're just sort of like walking around waiting for him to have an opening, like because they're not good like Kags. They're bad Kags. Which is fine. I played bad action games, but yeah, at some point I will replay on Spicy and sort of revise my take, because I think part of the reason I didn't like that game at the time, long time ago, was it was just a very frustrating game for me. because that was like it is very janky.
Hmm.
It's in that Japanese jank set. And probably maybe the best example on Wii, because a lot of the Wii like jank stuff is not like action games, right? It's not like PS2 or anything, so it's just like a very PS2 style game from my perception. But I don't think I'm gonna come away being like, wow, this actually changed my opinion. I think I'm just gonna be like, okay, I have a more like in-depth review worthy take on why I think this game is overrated.
I think one of our first interactions actually was on my backlog review for No More Heroes.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, and yeah, I remember you were saying that. What I was touching on in the review was like, okay, a lot of the gameplay, you can map it onto the theme sort of, but it doesn't fit very cleanly. It fits very. It fits in a way that is not actually that strong in terms of its messaging, I think.
Yeah.
Or not very precise, not very clear. And like I think that's why you kind of see people read into it whatever they want, right? Oh, like the very common take is like, oh, the bosses are bad on purpose, right? Which is
yeah.
Sure, if you want to read it that way. I guess my argument, I think what I was trying to express there as well is like, yeah, for me that doesn't really make the game that much more interesting, right? I think, I guess I appreciate that it even grasps at, themes in that vein, sort of, to the point where you would reasonably, be led along those lines of thought. I think I can sort of respect that, especially for the time. But I kind of agree with you that, like, yeah, overall not that impressive of a game.
Yeah. And it's also like not to because like I think for people who like it did match up, right? And I'm not like I'm trying to think of what I was doing in 2019. I think I was still working in I used to work in medical billing.
Yeah.
And people probably heard me say this story before. So I used to like it was $10 an hour, and I would sit at it was in a cubicle in like a office park, and I would go in, and there'd be people who had passed away in hospice, and then you'd have a three-way fight over who paid the remaining bills, right? Because hospice would be like, well, the hospital contracted us, so the hospital needs to pay. You go to the hospital, and it's like, well, the guarantor, the original people, like, we actually don't cover this under our insurance because we contracted it out, and so you need to go to them. And then the guarantor would be like, oh, well, the hospice is supposed to cover it because the insurance is supposed to, like, communicate directly with hospice. And you just go in that circle. And it wasn't like I solved any of the problems. It's just my job was to hit a quota of, like, checking up on the status of these claims, like, over and over again. And I would just do that for however, and I worked part-time because I was in school, and it was out in the boonies, so it's like there's like a commute as well, so I'm maybe like an hour or two a day, 15 to 20 hours a week, and maybe 25 over the summers, and so I was 100% in a space where I was doing like extremely degrading labor that, I mean, not, I guess I want to call it degrading, but it was like, it was definitely soul-sucking. It was very, like, upsetting as well.
Yeah.
And No More Heroes still didn't hit for me. So I think for some people it's like, well, this hit for me because I was in this particular labor situation. I was like, and it's like, that's great. It definitely was not the same for me. What are these games at the bottom? Lost Winds?
Yes, sir.
Shit.
Looking
this shit up.
Yeah, it's like one of the big WiiWare games from at the time. It has this gimmick where if you move the IR cursor over the screen, it basically creates a gust of wind in that basically path, and you can use that to make your character like levitate and float and stuff.
That's fire.
It always looked super interesting to me. I've never really played it, but this is a nice gimmick. Yeah, right now, y'all saw on the camera maybe I was struggling to like go back to the menu on the Wii U gamepad. I'm charging the gamepad again. I'm about to change the disc, and then we'll play a little bit of Galaxy 2 as much as I can before the battery runs out. I was gonna say real quick as well, like, I used to fucking stack boxes at UPS, right? like insanely shitty conditions. Like this is very graphic, right? But like one of my supervisors there told me like, yeah, I've seen like every limb come off at some point
Ugh.
off a person. Is insane, right? And I can also say the labor aspect of No More Heroes never landed for me. Like that's not something I ever thought about when I was playing it. So, eh.
I think I've said this before, like my review was partially based around this, but like Shenmue I think is actually a better
Yes.
like representation, because when people do the like, well, Shenmue's anti-capitalist because you have to work this boring job, I'm like, that is such a like that isn't like for one an awful read. Two is like I think it really does not speak to what that game gets at, because the only time Shenmue, the main character Shenmue, what is it?
Rio.
Rio. Yeah, Rio. The only time that Rio like actually has like connections with other people is at his job. He only is able to find that through labor. And when and I think there is like, no, I think also there's an aspect of that as like people view capitalism as work, which is absolutely not true.
Yeah.
Right. Just the communism is about like taking away work. It's about if we're getting away from the financial aspects, like the root like Marxist trade aspects. It is about like dignity of the worker, right? Or like socialist dictatorship of the proletariat states. They're about dignity of the worker, even if they don't like often achieve it in practice. And I think the what Shenmue gets at is like really, I wouldn't call it anti-capitalist, but the way it like depicts atomization under capitalism, like almost I guess accidentally, right? Just is like this like in the world it's creating. The way it depicts labor in that is like very is fascinating. I think that's like,
I agree.
I think if people are like, should I play No More Heroes or Shenmue, I'd say play Shenmue. Not that they're very similar.
Yeah.
They're a little similar, I guess, but yeah, Shenmue's great.
What about I had a review for it that I thought touched on some good things. Where the way they express it is that, okay, you see all these hints at connections that Rio could have outside of work, and he's very absent-minded about them. You know, he's like so focused on his goal that his neighbors, his friends, his childhood friends, that doesn't even register to him as something he should focus on in any way. And like, so I mean, your game time is so skewed toward the labor aspect, and like you said, like naturally, organically from that's where he inevitably makes connections. I think that is very interesting, and that is, you could say, okay, there's sort of a with the voice acting and the dialogue, there's sort of a dilettantish nature with how that's conveyed still, but like I don't think it makes the actual like messaging of it less clear or interesting.
Yeah, like I wouldn't necessarily like say it enhances it either, but I think it also like captures like Rio is sort of like he has this like you can see how he sees himself, right, as this sort of like as the hero of his own adventure, and then like how he actually comes across as very stilted and one-track mind and like awkward. And there's a hidden scene, I guess I'd call it like maybe like it's one of those like contextual ones you have to set up in a very specific way, where his friends actually do like hold an intervention for him. And it's crazy because they're basically people you've like never seen before, because you've just never interacted with his friends. And he just tells them to fuck off. And they're like in his house. He tells them to fuck off, and then he like just walks out of the house. It's like the what about review for that is like on the nose.
Yeah.
Like it's very accurate.
I'm gonna go change the disc real quick, and then I'll be right back.
Am I gonna have to hold up Zied's stream? You're watching the Zied stream, the Ziedbra stream. Tip him at ko-fi.com/Ziedbruh. That's ZIADBRUH. I will say I did get into I did subscribe, and I've been listening to the backlog bingos, and his two new ones are really, really good. I think actually give really like probably more nuanced takes than you would get on these streams, which is cool. Especially since he doesn't really write reviews anymore. So that's like okay, I'm back to getting the classic Wonder Magenta reviews, which is nice.
Wait, what's up?
I was doing your ad read. Telling people to subscribe to your. See, look, I'm a good co-host on the.
Yes, sir.
on the.
Yulia just came
I was
in.
saying I. What's up, Yulia?
Wait, I'll
She
turn
can't hear me. But...
Okay, now she can hear you.
What's up, Yulia?
Hello, who's that?
That's Pang.
Oh, cool.
See, okay, she didn't recognize you by voice. Does that hurt your feelings?
Nah.
Are you already in the... Wait, you're streaming, right?
I'm streaming, yeah.
Okay. Do you mind if I make like a sandwich in the background?
I can turn the camera off if you want, or...
That's fine.
Okay.
I don't care, to be honest. That's my phone.
I was saying that I'd listen to your backlog battles.
Oh, thank you.
Your new ones. Yeah, they're really good.
Oh, thank you.
I was saying
Whoa.
it's like the it's like okay, fine, we're getting the in-depth old school Wonder Magenta reviews, which is good because it's like I think based on like the way you have your like sort of content set up, I think that's the best way to get out. Like you're like okay, yeah, I'm gonna spend 20 minutes talking about a game, right?
Yeah.
And like really get into the facets.
Superman.
So, and because I'm buttering up right now, you're gonna give Galaxy a good
So,
good review.
Galaxy 2 I need to be harsh on, right?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Say, well, I think I have it rated as an 8. It's a great game. This one actually does not have the visual sauce, which is part of it. You have to talk to the fucking ugly
Oh yeah.
star guy.
They really lean into like the... I think the levels are... Oh my god. Are very... more reminiscent of the Sunshine shit, I guess. The Sunshine No Flood abstract bullshit.
Yeah.
And that's just the whole game. I was gonna say, yeah, I mean, we talked about, like, writing a couple streams ago, and how, to me, it doesn't... Like, I don't think I'm a bad writer, but it definitely doesn't come naturally to me. It's very laborious. And I guess with the backlog battles, I was sort of concerned with, okay, I said this in the very first one, right? I don't want to just give you, oh, this is the first hour of the game, and like I'm gonna give you the most surface level summary of it. I was a little concerned. Okay, is this actually substantive? Is this something that people will enjoy? So you saying that makes me very happy.
Yeah, that's good. Because anything also like, I like the bits, but like the dialogue on stream can get caught in the bits, right?
Oh yeah.
Which then I think having the actual like in-depth sit down is like here's the actual takes, here's the actual like oh, and in the individual interactions and listing off like it's strongly example driven, and it's also a good podcast. Which I was listening to it last night in the shower.
Hell yeah.
I just had it on. Yeah, this is one I really need to go back to.
Yeah. I really only had that one playthrough with it.
Yeah.
In like 2013.
Part of it also for me is I think, at the time when it came out, I really did not like the motion control gimmicks. And I'm sort of a motion control gimmick supporter.
Same.
Defender. I think Galaxy 1, I was actually shocked when I played Galaxy 1. I was like, oh, I really like these actually. I think they're really well implemented.
Yeah, I'm sad I didn't get to the accelerometer stuff in Galaxy 1 on the stream with the ball and all the shit, or the manta ray. Because I was curious. See, number one, I dropped my Wii remote pretty hard on the floor the other day, so I'm curious. Like, okay, this would be a good test to see if I like broke it.
Yeah, exactly. That was a good shout on accelerometer, not gyro.
It's like
he knows the tech. He knows the fucking tech.
Exactly. It was on my mind because I actually rewatched the Matthew Matos's review today, and he keeps saying gyroscope, and I'm like, you fucking idiot, you don't know what you're talking about.
Hot Pocket, take notes. We have the evidence that'll take Matthew Matosis down. The fact that he did not read the. I don't know why I did that when I
Your
wrote that
core input review. Yeah. See, I read it.
Yeah, I read the. I like half. That's like a great review, but I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna translate this to my site because I don't want my core input review to be about the fucking the technical sheets for the Wiimote.
Yeah.
That's not What I really should do is I should write like I should just take the first half of that review and stick it in a new article that's just about how the motion gimmicks on Wii.
Yeah.
But like it says, no shortage of evidence. It's true.
I like Matthew Matosis. I mean, that was one of his way older reviews. I think. I mean, see, we've been doing the bits, right? This is my opinion. I think he really came into his own with Dark Souls commentary. He became a lot more consistent, a lot more precise. But there's things you can point out for sure.
The nuke game, I'm gonna say it again. It's gonna bomb, alright?
Shit. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there day one.
We need the, what happened to his action games? Like, I get that puzzle games are easier to make.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we gotta have the, like, the game crit guy who sits down and is like, okay, I'm talking about action games all the time. We're just gonna fucking we're gonna make the action game. We're gonna do it for real. We're gonna scope it properly.
See, yeah, I'm only one more piece of evidence that it doesn't work out. Oh, you know what I'm realizing right now? I loaded up this game from the home menu, and not USB Loader GX, so that's why it looks blurry as fuck.
Fire.
See, this is like a Freudian fucking sabotage of Galaxy 2.
This is developer intent.
Yeah.
Seeing that's why I play N64 games on composite.
Oh hell yeah.
I got the Super Famicom from my brother, right? I was playing.
Yeah.
I was like a composite. Actually, there's some games where it looks really good, like Mega Man X looks really good, and then I was playing Kirby's Dream Course, and it's got text, and I'm like, this looks pretty bad. The N64 is like surprisingly, like it looks incredible on that TV, but it's like sort of standalone in that regard.
Yeah, I don't know.
PS1 stuff looks really good.
When I was looking at it, I had this distinct thought, like, this doesn't look terrible, but I would prefer S-Video in this scenario, I'm not gonna lie.
It is sad because I had an S-Video 32-inch CRT that I gave away before I had the N64 and before I had the Super Famicom. And I have S-Video on the 16:9, but it de-interlaces and looks awful, so I will not be touching that.
Babe, what do you think about this game?
Huh?
What do you think about this game? You like it? You've never seen this game, right? It's Galaxy. This is the one they made like in 2010. This game, you were 10 years old when this came out. Yeah. Yeah.
Are you having fun?
I love it. It's so much better than the first one.
You're the
See, this honestly, what we were saying about the ADHD shit is so true. Because like, I'm like talking to Pang at the same time, right? And you can tell I'm way more locked in than I was with Galaxy 1. With Galaxy 1, I was like trailing off, going nowhere, blah blah. I'm not even trying to make this look better.
It just makes me so mad.
Pang's so
You're
mad.
actually
Right?
like going from point A to point B. That's not like. Why couldn't you do that for Galaxy?
Like, it's not planned. It's literally just how my brain works.
Oh my god. Does he have twit longer?
I'm gonna join my open poll.
Yes. Aw. Guys, that's real love. Don't be jealous.
I was like, oh, okay, there's the kiss. I'm on such a lag.
Oh, she's gonna watch Succession, is what she said. She's been watching without me.
Ooh, yes. Oh,
I haven't
I should
start-
talk to her about that.
Yeah, she started
That would
without
be
me.
problem.
I haven't caught up yet. I need to catch up with myself.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like,
Literally, you know, but I can't talk about it.
how far are you?
I'm like,
Oh, what the hell? Yeah, Yulia's all on the promoting workplace synergies grind.
Yeah.
And
dude,
it's sort of feeding into
Yeah.
that.
Because I'm starting a full-time job soon. I'm just getting inspiration
Yeah.
promoting synergies.
There's a tweet that Kendall makes where he, where he's like, we must stop the silence of victims and like end the culture of abuse. And it's just like it only shows up on screen for like 5 seconds. And it has like 5,000 likes and 15,000 quote tweets. It's such a funny. I think that's the end of season 2 is when
I think I would enjoy that shit. I need to get on that. Yeah.
I think
it's really good.
Yeah, I think I like it.
It's definitely something. I feel like
I like slower paced shows.
I don't think you would like it.
I like
There's too
fucking.
much talking.
I like Better Call Saul.
It's pretty fast paced. It's like elevated Sorkin-esque.
Julia's
It's
like,
not
yeah, I
even
know
really
what that
good.
means.
I don't know what it
Yeah.
is.
I'm speaking her language.
Uh,
Where's Sorkin from?
This is a
What
good
white
question.
person is he? He's Jewish. Oh, kind of Jewish though. Is he like Russian Jew? Or... does not say.
There's more shit I want to say. I'm gonna restart the game on USB loader GX in a second. I don't know how much we're gonna make before my fucking Wii U gamepad dies though. Yeah. I lost my train of thought. This game's so much better than Galaxy One. I'm kind of shocked.
No, you're making that shit up.
It's no, dude. It's real. It's real. I guess for my brain, if you have ADHD, this is the better game.
Yeah.
What the fuck were we talking about before?
I have no clue.
Damn. Matthew Matosis, yeah, that was it.
He's cooked. He's wild.
You asked me what happened with his action games. He canceled like 3 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I think tells you a lot
training,
about how fucking hard that is, right?
Yeah. Well, and I think he's not like, as far as I can tell, he's not like a true arcade brand guy.
Oh yeah.
So it makes scoping harder.
Yeah.
Like I was working on that. Oh, the tank controls Robotron demo.
Yeah.
And I dropped that like in the middle of like doing all the enemy state space or state machines. And like I'm someone who's not particularly committed to game dev. Like I just do it. Okay, I'll get a wild hair occasionally, and I got a lot of the game crit's definitely the more important thing for me. I'm more productive at it, but it is also like, and that was like specifically intended to be no longer than 10 minutes long on like a full 1cc. And it is almost entirely just like a blank background, and you just switch enemy designs. And then I saw him doing like Castlevania style shit. And I was like, yeah, you're not gonna be able to.
Yeah.
You have to have like the kind, or like you have to have like the Madison kind of brain, where it's like he will actually just like he obviously derives a lot of enjoyment just from spending time making games.
Yeah. For him, I get the sense for him it comes super naturally. He like
100%.
is very. I don't want to undersell it, right? But like it seems very easy, quote unquote, for him to just work on games.
Yeah.
I don't have that either. I don't have the dog in me. That's why, I mean, the thing I'm cooking in my brain is like, I'm gonna spoil it a little bit here, but like, it's like also a 5-minute, like, playthrough. I don't wanna, there's a gimmick to it, I don't wanna spoil it until I'm like, until I've actually made it, but, yeah. I think if I actually committed to, okay, this is a campaign, it would never get done.
Yeah. Chili's asked me to play the Mark Brown's game, which I did not. I think Matthew Matosis is good. I actually don't like GameSmaker's toolkit.
Yeah.
Eventually I will write the against GameMaker's Toolkit review, or not review, article. I'll take him down.
So Pang and I, we're doing weekly meetings with one of my instructors from my university for like games, like academic shit. And we were trying to come up with a name, and then Pang, like, really cheekily, he was like, so, it's sort of like we're building a toolkit, right, for, like, game makers, so we could name it Game Maker's Toolkit. And, I mean, my instructor, she did have the, like, background of, like, 8 levels of memes in there.
Yeah. Did she recognize that it was someone else's channel? I can't remember.
I don't think so. I don't think she was even aware
I
of
think
it.
she's just like, I think she was probably like, I have to remember, but she was like not enthused over it. She was like, that's all bland. And it's like, that's a fucking, that's not even a. I have no good idea in mind for that.
Yeah, I know that was our homework, and I remembered that was the homework today, like this morning. It was like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't been able to. That, I mean, I like the ones that are like actual like good, like descriptive names. I can't. Because
Yeah.
my site's called fucking Birth by Drip.
Hell yeah.
Purely random. Based on a game I like that I gave a 5 out of 10 in my old review of it. Like it was just my display name in some random Discord server. I just took it.
I want to say real quick, I'm low-key glad that I misclicked on the Wii home menu, because now you're seeing the fucking difference in quality. If you have the deflicker on USB Loader GX, it is fucking insane. Like how much clearer it looks. It looked so bad before. Oh my god.
I need to hop back on the tech. I think the last
It's so good.
last
Dude.
round of Wii games I was playing, Red Steel and Endless Ocean, I was just going raw.
Yeah.
Just playing it for real.
Yeah. And it's like, it's
And
nice,
it's
you can do it with the disc as well. Like, it's pretty sick.
Yeah. I need to do that. Like, especially like, actually, yeah, for Red Steel, it's real bad. That game looks like a muddy mess. Endless Ocean, I wasn't thinking twice about it. That game was really good.
Let's play that. The Eureka Soul.
It is Eureka Soul. I don't know if it's definitely not a U-Core game. But
I mean, I think
that
this,
is
yeah.
That is the actual Life is Worth Living game. It's everyone. It's all people like it's really easy like stuff. Obviously, like you're just sort of like roaming around. And there's like a progression to it, but it's very much at your own pace.
Yeah.
And you can divvy it up with these like sort of side quests where it's like, okay, someone wants to take a tour, I'm going to show them this particular kind of fish. And so you'll go and you'll look for the kind of fish, and then they'll thank you. But, like, everyone's like, there's just so much constant affirmation. And they'll talk about, like... And it's not even just like, wow, you're really good. It's like, I really enjoyed spending time with you. Like, you're a great person to spend. It's like,
That was
wow.
awesome. I mean, I can get down with some slow-paced, aimless exploration, I think. I think it's just in certain games, it doesn't really gel. If I feel like the impulse of a galaxy, well, this is just vague subjective shit, right? But like, if it should be, oh, I'm moving and schmoving, and instead I'm getting sidetracked. I'm like kind of slow. I don't know. It's weird.
You're projecting, bro.
I am.
Play Galaxy 1 fast, and then you'll understand.
This is so much better. This game kind of.
No,
rules.
it's not.
This
No,
game kind of
it's
rules. I'm
not.
not gonna lie. Are we committed to the Boku playthrough next month? By the way,
I'll do it.
Hell yeah.
I actually am dying to play some shit that's not 90s.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta say, I done the video earlier. You're talking about like if I was plopped in the 90s with my current game taste, it would be like an embarrassment of riches.
Yeah.
It's like, you do not understand, bro. Absolutely fucking not.
All right.
Absolutely.
That was
it
maybe
is.
the sketchiest part.
You well, because I was especially with you. You were not a shmup guy.
Oh yeah.
And when you look at like what is beyond like the obvious stuff, it's for like the action arcade heads. It's either like mid platformer that you have to sort of like convince yourself has mild sauce. Like even like the high tier stuff like Rocket Knight Adventures, it's like those are very set piece driven, and like you don't really get to use like the core conceit that much, or like you have to like really it's not well integrated. And then like everything else is like, I was playing Ultima Underworld last night. I was like, good God, what was I thinking when I started playing this game? This is I think because like the whole first half of the video, I like super agreed with, but I'm like, I think part of it is like all of us have like a arcadey taste that's not actually arcade like games. For,
Yeah.
for the most part. And it's purely a style that was popular for maybe like 10 years, maybe 15. If you, very, very, it's a very particular like era that we were all interested in.
I didn't want to get into the taste element of it too much because like that is like too subjective and anecdotal. I think just the release, or sorry, the budget scope situation for major studios has just objectively changed in a very dramatic way.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think that is the most convincing argument, and I feel like that's just the part that I think gets a little glossed over. In those expand your horizons type of debates.
Yeah. Well, I think like the last time, cause I think the actual like complete utter failure is a Western thing, which is now, I mean, the time you released it is so perfect because like just we are actually in like sort of a crisis era now, like with the Xbox like collapse.
I was losing my mind earlier on stream. I heard about the layoffs, and then somebody on stream told me about the Perfect Dark cancellation as well. I was like, what the fuck is happening? It is insane.
It is, and it's so like no one has any concrete information on it because it's so haphazard. Like people were saying for a bit that Blade got canceled, that Arcane Lion, and I guess that's not true.
That's crazy.
There was a it was recanted or whatever. Yeah, it's just like now on the Japanese side, much better. Like they're producing games at like a reasonable clip, quote unquote. I think the quality is maybe about what I would expect. I think they've done legitimately great games in the last. I mean, I know this is a less popular take in the circles, but I think like Resident Evil 4 is one of the like better AAA games. I think that's the last AAA game I played that I was like actually playing multiple times and really enjoying and trying, like doing optional stuff in, etc.
Yeah, I mean, Death Stranding 2 also just came out. It's
yeah, that's a great example.
And I think that's a great example of this like veteran studio. Well, mostly Koji Pro veterans still working there. And like doing it on a pretty reasonable schedule. I mean, the game, if Kojima's to be believed, like it would have come out like 2 years ago if not for COVID. I think that kind of says a lot. That they're very locked in. They have a very healthy kind of pipeline.
Also, I'm so mad watching you. I'm so mad watching you play with Yoshi. I forgot how fucking awesome he handled.
It feels so fucking good. I love the little vibration you get and the little hit stop when you suck shit up. Oh, it's so good. I'm like shocked how much I'm enjoying this.
With Mario, is like, okay, this is, if you put your mind to it in the first one, like, it's the same level of, but this is like, he does actually have so much more sauce.
Yeah.
This actually might be one of the better Yoshi platformers now I think about it.
Yeah.
I just remember like the ones where you like eat the fruit and you run up the giant surface and it's like, but yeah, this level looks sick.
Per our earlier discussion, I will give the caveat of Japanese working conditions.
Yeah, well, that's part of the issue with like the old like culture, right?
Yeah.
Is like, and I think often gets overlooked, is like the old culture was like incredibly destructive and arguably more destructive than now.
Yeah.
I don't want to like lean into that take because I don't have hard numbers. But like the reason the productivity was so high was partially because like they were just living at the studios, right? Like
I mean, this is also like anecdotal, right? But I just remember JP Callum's Platinum alumni saying that, oh my god, if you think like Western game dev, Western game crunch is like dehumanizing, you have not seen what fucking happened when I was a Platinum. Like,
yeah. And I think that is like a legitimate like issue unfortunately, for like why budgets are ballooning, why timescales. Now, a lot of it is awful management.
Yeah.
I think everyone. This is me really getting over my skis. But I think like everyone took the Valve model, or like have been trying to apply the Valve like flat hierarchy model, which is we've known for years doesn't fucking work. Has not
Yeah.
worked since. Like
As evidenced by Valve themselves.
yeah, exactly. But like, especially doing that where like it's not people living in the office, then you get these 7-year games and there's no leadership and there's no like, which I think there is a very healthy. I think the thing with indies, because you're sort of talking about like the one like single person dev teams, which is still like common. Like,
Yeah.
or at least like single person doing most of it and then they're getting assistance. That is something that's definitely not very AA, but I think there's also by this point so many like in like what we would call indie but are basically AA. I mean, a Supergiant is like the example right now.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's the example that's like really working. But then, see, I could have gone into that more. I then think about stuff like, I think the team was called Roll7, the people behind
Yes.
Rollerdrome. They got shuttered. Penny's Big Breakaway, that studio. I mean, I think they had to downsize as well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like financially, the sector's not doing great. I think in terms of quality, that's where I'm more like. I think there is, but
Yeah.
what I do get is I think where I would always go with this is like a lot of. There are very like superficial reasons why I like older games, right?
Yeah.
I just don't really like look and feel of a lot of modern games. Even and this is something that is not even like I think the games are all lower quality because consistently when I play newer games I think they're great. I loved Celeste. I played Crypt a year or two ago and really I thought that was an incredible game. Like the newer indies, but I just like that kind of art style and everything's like not my thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I want to say something like Penny's Big Breakaway. That is the exact sort of scope and model of game that makes me really happy, right? I feel like, okay, if we got a couple of those every year, I'd be peachy. I wouldn't have made that video. But then,
Yeah.
when you see that half the studio got laid off, it's like, okay, isn't there a problem? Yeah.
yeah, and that it is someone I think. Oh fuck! It was maybe on one of your tweets or something or whatever. But someone mentioned that like, wow, thank all of y'all, giving this positive coverage. Really, I'm glad y'all made me take a second chance on the game because the way people reacted to Penny's Big Breakaway was very negative.
Yes.
And that is an actual like cultural like what the fuck is up, right?
Yeah. Like that's I think it's like a 70 or something on Metacritic, and
Yeah.
that's come on, dude. Like, it's I mean that's again that's a whole other take. Toy bloggers, that there's no
Yeah.
ability to appreciate like intuitively what this game is doing, right? That
Yeah.
this is a whole thing.
And that's part of why these old eras look so good to us in retrospect. Is partially like, and this is the thing. Like, I think people don't really do the like. I don't hear as much of like the like music was better when I was like I lay wrong generation stuff because of the saturation of the modern like post Pitchfork, post Needle Drop like indie like zeitgeist, which is very very modern and very very modern like focused, but. Like, we've already sifted through all the old shit. And there's so much old shit, we had the sort of, like... Like, there's a lot of, like, boomer classics that are, like, complete, utter dog shit. Like, the David Perry, Doug Tendapal, like, fucking Virgin and Shiny Entertainment games, which are, like, venerated as, like, these are some of the best licensed games of the era, and Earthworm Jim is classic, and, had a couple of bangers out, and it's like these games are fucking bad. Like they're really really bad. Same with like Super Castlevania 4 was I was just shocked with recently how I think like poorly constructed a game it is, right? So I am curious, and I think this is like the cool thing about doing the GGC is like,
Yeah.
at least in our circles, these are the games that will be remembered, right? And I think like to I know Raph has really harped on this, is like, you know, 2010 is his favorite decade, and he thinks that was sort of like there's sort of a peak of like game design there. But I think like living through it in a way I really didn't with the 2 decades before it was very much like I will have to go back and experience all the games I now know are like the real winners, stuff like Rain World and etc.
Exactly.
Because at the time I wasn't aware of it.
The curation, like that, yeah, exactly what we were saying, right? The sensibilities in the mainstream weren't there for it, and that's why you didn't get a sense of curation at all. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, so I have a much meaner video, sort of being workshopped in my brain about the toy bloggers. I need to just find a way to like, basically, I mean, this is insanely shitty of me to say it like that, right? But the idea for it came to my head when all the people at like Polygon got laid off. I was like, well, obviously this is fucking sad, but at the same time, do people actually, do we like, you know, enjoyers and appreciators, the pretentious way of saying it, connoisseurs of games, actually derive value from all those sites? Who derives value from them? Like, I don't know.
It is I think this is part of the. It's a tough thing because I grew up with Game Informer, right? And Nintendo Power. I read religiously. I learned how to read reading those at a very young age. It like those had like a time and place because they like internet was not quite as big, and you know that's how I was keeping up with previews of games and you know like, these cover stories and all this stuff. And then you know once I hit my teenage years, it's like, okay, well now I'm reading all the sites because that's like the sites are the aggregator now, and there's no reason to read the magazine because it's always late. Like I've already heard everything, right? But now it's like the direct, especially I think in the post E3 era.
Oh yeah.
Where everything is the information and the hype and everything is direct to consumer.
Yeah.
There's really not a big need because like Kotaku's really bad now. Like every time I see like a lot of Kotaku articles I see about stuff I like, it's like literally like Modern Vintage Gamer released a video.
Yeah.
And it's basically like they do a light summary. It's like you should watch the video. It's like there, and it's not even like hey, this is a cool video you should watch. It's like it's presented as if it was a news article. It's like here's this new thing, blah 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 blah, and it turns out it's just how about it says the old reviews and articles I read are truly atrocious. That is also true. Like old game reviews are. Oh yeah. There's never been a good era of game reviews.
Yeah.
Which is why I sort of like. I am so concerned with writing about how to do crit and how to do all this stuff is because I think it's not like, here's my ideas on how to do it. I mean, it is my ideas on how to do it, right? But it's also like, there is no, there are no consistent priors on how to do at least mechanical critique in like a, like even if you're like not like super in depth. Like even just having the priors, I think, is like a huge improvement over like this game stinks. Just fucking making the jokes like the '90s articles. Or, like people are still stuck on doing like here's my separate reviews for graphics, gameplay, music, story, etc. Like we're still sort of trapped in that in that era. And I think it's fine for people to be like trapped in that era. Like not everyone needs to write good reviews, and they should write them how they want. But it's like there's no guidance on how to write these things like well because the old professionals were also awful at it, and frankly the action button style like here's the next wave of this is also I don't think they set the medium back or anything because there's nothing to set back because the bar was already so low.
Exactly.
But it's just like they basically use like slightly more stylistically mature writing, and that's like very slightly. It's like not completely juvenile, and still juvenile in its own way.
Yeah.
But they often use it to cover up their they use it to cover up just how equally poorly researched and thought through their articles were.
Yeah.
Like, just as bad. So, but yeah, I am curious. That is a hard one to do though, because it is like labor-wise, that's a bad. So, but I mean that is stuff that's eminently replaceable with ChatGPT. Like, that is the kind of stuff that ChatGPT was built to replace. Like, that's an awful thing to say.
Yeah. See, I mean, I think my initial lead-in would be, well, okay, the relationship used to sort of make sense of, like, okay, consumers, I hate that word, but let's say consumers, expect unbiased coverage. So, so publishers or game makers, they have to support those types of systems. And then it's like a self-perpetuating kind of machine.
Yeah.
And like that part of it makes sense. And then it doesn't necessarily, like basically like you said, right? It doesn't necessarily mean the reviews are good, right? So if we accept the truth that they've never been good, and then accept the truth that, well, publishers now have other ways of marketing their games. Like clear, I mean, the scary idea is that, okay, people who buy games now, they don't require unbiased coverage, right? That's not something they naturally want or desire anymore. In the age, I sound like such a fucking boomer, but in the age of ChatGPT, TikTok, whatever. So unless we step up the quality of the writing, actually, then like, what the fuck are you gonna do?
Yes. Because it's like the writing as content machine. This is something I tell my students all the time. Is like the reason why like the programming labor market right now. That's not the only reason. There's a lot of different reasons why the programming labor market is like collapsing, basically, right?
Yeah.
But one of the things is like I'm pulling in students who are like my new, assistants or whatever, and they have good resumes. They've worked other places. They frankly should be way over prepared to just do like cheap lab work, right?
Yeah.
And they can't write like single lines of code. Like their brains are so fried. It is very like it's like if you want, you can ChatGPT your way through some of our stuff, and I try to make it so you can't. I try to make assignments such that like ChatGPT will get confused, or you have to do at least some sort of like work to like make it work, right?
Yeah.
But it's like at the end of the day, it's like if you want like a good paying programming job, you need to know how to program, right?
Yeah.
It's sort of in the same way, but also it's hard to say with games because it's like you need to be good at like writing reviews, but there's no priors, right? There's no who you're gonna point to, right? Because I would struggle to think of anyone who like even is doing it like semi-professionally who I'd be like, look, see, this is the kind of like honestly maybe Matthew Matosas. That's like one of the
he's the closest one, I think, to like, okay, most people, well, I say most, but like a lot of people are aware of him in the enthusiast sphere.
Yeah.
And he's I mean, for all his flaws, right, like he's someone who makes a genuine attempt to like constantly push himself. And like who seems like pretty like if you've watched a lot of his videos, you see him being like kind of critical of his older work or making very active attempts to improve it. Yeah. By the way, the Wii U gamepad has turned off, so I had to do the boss fight without picking up Starbits.
As intended, dev intent.
Yeah. I'm not gonna. This shit's kind of fire. This is a good game. I'm having fun. I'm sorry.
When you go back to Galaxy 1 now, you'll know how to play it. That's fine. I should have said that earlier. The true take.
I'll make sure to go back to Galaxy 1 right now, finish that first, determine its mid, and then have fun with it.
No. Not gonna happen. Nope.
I think... Okay, let's save the game. I can go back to the Wii menu because I can't use the fucking cursor, but like, I can turn off the Wii. Okay. Is there anything else y'all, maybe Peng, you have on what we've been talking about, or anything the chat wants to talk about?
Games are bad.
Games are bad.
I feel embarrassed for playing them every day.
My good friend Bjorn, he does these monthly previews for games. Like, sort of, okay, this is everything that comes out this month. And again, like, whatever. Nothing against him, right? I'm just nothing against anybody who's excited for all those games. I just think I look at that, I'm like, yeah, I think my video was valid. I don't know. Slop. It's slop.
Wait, sorry. Which game was he talking about? I don't.
No specific game. It's just like, you know, there was like RoboCop DLC. What else was in there? Like, see, I think that's a big difference between me and him, right? He was like appreciating that RoboCop is like a janky, charming game.
Yeah.
And he's someone who can derive a lot of enjoyment from that, and like I respect that. I think it's totally fine, right? For me, that's like that. It means nothing to me. You know, it's not something that I care about at all.
Yeah.
And I think that's. It's funny because I'd be interested to have a conversation with him about this, because like anecdotally I know that he's like, oh, what are people talking about? There's so much coming out. And then when he talks to me, he switches his tone a little bit. He's like, well, okay, with your taste, I kind of get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is something actually that reminded me, because I was like, what even are like the new games coming out? I was like, oh wait, there's the new backlogged front page.
Yeah.
Like the sleeper hits is actually really sick. That like section. And in general, the new like discovery wizard. It's like a little beta mini update they put out.
Oh my.
It's real nice. Like it is consistently telling me the stuff I've never heard of, which is like that's where you want to be for this kind of thing, right? Especially with a lot of new stuff, it's like part of the reason I don't want to like write it off is because I don't keep up with it, right?
Yeah.
I know so much about
Sleeper
like
hits.
retro games, but I don't really, you know, I don't play new shit all that much.
We're like a shockingly
bottom.
boomer community. It is kind of crazy.
Yeah. I am so like, I'm getting so tired of playing the 90s games though. It's a miserable quest.
Does the sleeper hits, is it like a page or is it just a little bar?
It's in the bottom. You're looking at it right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Bottom right.
I was hoping maybe there would be a full page.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's a little.
No, that's fine.
But it'll show me stuff, you know, each day, and yeah, I'd never heard of this Uma Musume, the fucking anime girls horse racer.
Fire.
But I was surprised how many people on here had played it, and not in this chat, but like on backlogged, like people even I knew had played it and been like, yeah, this game's surprisingly good.
I know one person's played it.
Who's that?
Oh, the name disappeared. Wait, you know this guy.
Alright, I gotta, because I'm on a lag. And also the stream is. Oh yes, fire.
This is our favorite account, by the way, guys. This is our new favorite account on Backlog.
They got all his offensive stuff is in Turkish. So if it's you won't. I was looking at his stuff for Gran Turismo. It's making me a little upset because the one he like doesn't like is 3 A-Spec.
Ooh.
And I'm like, well, fuck, that's the one I was gonna play because I was like, I really need to play some PS2 shit.
Oh yeah.
Like it's calling it. That's the only good generation of games. Every other generation is cooked. And so I was like, because I was like, I should play more Gran Turismo 2, and I'm like, I might as well play 3 because 3 is so much prettier, and I've enjoyed 3 more when I've played it. He's like, no, the inscrutable stuff about the AI, and I'm like, but maybe he's right. Maybe he's right. I shouldn't play it. Mind freaking myself.
I've been chipping away at Astro Boy Omega Factor. That's a 2000s game. That's not relevant right now at all. I was just like, I had a couple moments in Berlin where I'm like, I wanted to do my laundry before the train ride back, because like I didn't want to put stinky laundry in my suitcase, whatever, right? So I was at the washing salon. I was there with my analog pocket. I was like, what can I play? What can I play? And then I remembered, oh my god, Treasure, my goats, they're here. They can save me. They have like 3 more games on this shit other than Buster's Bad Dream. It's cool. I think it's in terms of like sort of positional considerations, it doesn't seem quite as saucy as Buster's Bad Dream. I'm a little annoyed with the progression as well. There's like a whole second loop, and I've unlocked the second loop, but I made the mistake of doing it on normal mode. And if I start, like, I can't change back to hard on the same save file. And if I start a new hard save file, I'm back on the first loop. So
yeah,
this is a little annoying. And then I don't know about the progression system itself, but like it does seem like really worth thinking into. And there's a surprising lack of content for that game. I remember in all the magazines that shit was like a sleeper hit. That was like a game journalist, like connoisseur favorite, Loki.
Yeah. Cause the way people talk about it, you'd think it was like the last great Treasure title.
Yeah.
And people and retrospective reviews, people like mention it as like one of the best Game Boy games all the time.
Yeah.
Which is fun because like you don't really. I didn't hear people talk about Bangai Spirits until I started hanging out with y'all.
Yeah.
And no one really talks about their other. Oh well, Sin and Punishment 2. Sin and Punishment 2, I think, has always been very well regarded.
Yeah.
But yeah, I need to play it myself. Honestly, if I go back to any in the upcoming future, it's probably Warrior World.
Hell yeah.
I had been playing that a bit. I had played, I think, further than you, because it is a little collected on brain. But I enjoyed. I like that kind of little like, oh, you walk in a room and there's like a little challenge, because it's a very Wario thing. Like Wario Land 4 has that as well.
Yeah.
I
finished it back in the day, but it was a long time ago. And like on stream recently, I like the way it felt for sure. It's not a game you can just blast through. You kind of do have to engage with the collectathon nature of it.
Yeah.
So I'll see if I'm open to that once I like actually lock in.
Yeah. Oh, well, I was like, I knew there was something on my tip of my tongue. It was the fucking Astro Boy. You had that thing in the video where it was like, look at all these games that's I guess Sega or whoever like put out in a given year, and it was like Billy Hatcher and JSRF and Astro Boy and some other game, and you said it was better than Sonic Frontiers. And I was so fucking mad. I was like,
it is.
Like, Sonic Frontiers is Astro Boy maybe. Billy Hatcher,
Astro Boy definitely.
I really don't know.
JSRF, I don't know. I was just saying that, but
JSRF is real. Well, because for most people, it's like, oh yeah, oh man, that was really the golden era of shit like JSRF. Like JSRF is fucking awful, and that is an evil anti-arcade game. That is a we hate arcade game fundamentals game.
Yeah,
sure. It's actually probably more evil than any game released in the last 15 years.
The Beach Gen can't come soon enough for that one. Like,
I know. Well, we always say it, but it's like we already did it once. We had just a whole fucking podcast length episode that was just a VC chat about that game, the first one. I need to go back and do the. Part of the reason I still haven't done the POTS runs in the first one is because I don't want to sit down and do my fucking save states. Because there's no replay system in that game.
Didn't they make the? I know on the HD port the retries are faster or easier or something, right? Or...
Yeah, they added retries, but it's like, yeah, but I want to do like mission select. I don't want to like, because also it's like, especially if I'm doing runs, I want to bounce around a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't want to grind one, especially if like also if I want to come back later, which is easier on the Dreamcast version. On the PC version, I guess you could just quit out of the game. Also, Hot Bucket, did you see we had talked about doing tap like very soon?
Yeah.
For Beach Gen. We should do that maybe Saturday or Sunday. That's really short notice, but
Yeah, this weekend, I'm doing the fucking Resident Evil stream.
yeah. You
So
do
for
that.
me, that's not gonna work. But the week after, possibly. Yeah.
Yeah, we could. I'm pretty flexible this
Hell
month. But yeah, we should do because Tap it's a fucking free.
Yeah. I think
We
I'll put
get
more
so
time
much
into
shit
death
out of
mode and stuff as well.
Yeah,
But
I've had a rough couple days. I had that 650 something, and then actually yesterday was all death. I don't think I played like any master. But I'm hitting that like 150 consistently in death, but I can't get higher than that. Like I had a 180 the other day in VC, but I'm definitely not like Hot Pocket's hitting 200 consistently. Like I'm not hitting that.
okay, Pop
that's
Pocket's
probably
saying he won't be there next weekend. We'll figure some out. I was
could also do it
hoping
today.
Tap and GTA 3 this month.
I will hop back on GTA 3.
Hell yeah.
I'm also looking for an excuse to sit downstairs. I'm tired. PJ was on like that super long project.
Yeah.
She was working on, and then now she's on Death Stranding 2.
Oh
like,
shit.
I have been left to my own device. She's yeah. I'm talking about Death Stranding 2. This is like Death Stranding is like her favorite game ever.
Wow. Okay.
So Death Stranding 2 is like
Religious experience.
this is like her. Yeah, she's like locked. I think it's like, especially watching it, I'm like, oh, I really need to get her to play MGS5 because she's like, I think she's just all in on it.
I'm
and it
so
looks
mad I'm not
very,
playing
like,
that. Yeah.
I need to finish the first one. Which now finishing the first one, I think the first one's like stock is sort of gonna go down a bit now that this one is out.
Oh yeah.
Like, anyway, so but I've been left to my own devices and I've been like spending an unhealthy amount of time just sitting in front of the computer. It's like, and I need to like, even sitting in front of the couch and like playing a game on a CRT. Like I feel like there's a different. It's healthier for my soul, right? Or at least like if I'm gonna spend time on the computer, I should also spend time on the couch in a different room. Like it helps me, you know, I'm moving around the house a little bit. I'm not like locked into the computer for like 6 hours. Or whatever. Yeah.
I know for GTA 3 we got minimum myself and Cranku. And then if we can get a couple of y'all in there, it'd be cool.
I've been playing it at some point. I think I maybe played it like 3 hours or something. It's not that long a game, right? Maybe 10.
That sounds right. It was a little longer than I thought, but yeah.
Are we just doing 3?
Just 3.
Okay, cool. I've played some San Andreas, but I have not played Vice City.
Yeah, I think it is weird if we wanted to cover. I feel like you can sort of look at Vice City and GTA 3 as like sister games. And then San Andreas is kind of like, yeah, from my backlog battle, I think you can tell. Okay, Vice City it makes a couple trades, and it's sort of the same template, and then San Andreas is like a different thing.
Yeah, I was not.
Yeah.
I don't really like those Rockstar games. I played Bully as well. I wasn't a big fan of that one.
Yeah.
It's like okay, and then playing San Andreas. Like before I ever played GTA 3, I was like, this is very
Yeah.
This is slop. I feel like I'm not really
slop.
engaging with anything. It is also insanely like not offensive, but it is like the violence and like yeah. Oh my god, when you go to there's like you go into the drug dealer's like house and he's like getting topped off by some topless bitch and you just beat them all to death with crowbars and shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
I don't like.
It's so insane.
I've talked about it like to death, but like it's there's a weird irony in that. Okay, CJ is like supposed to be the first real character, the first sort of like reflective, thoughtful character in the series, and like now all the violence makes even less sense than it did in the prior games.
Literally. Yeah, it's so jarring because he's supposed to be like, you know, not doing that shit. He's like trying to turn on.
He will murder like the most random person he's never met at the drop of a hat because like the most random guy told him to. It is obscene.
Yeah, What I do need to do, I need to go play GTA 2.
Oh yeah.
1 and 2. I was very interested in the fact that those are like completely like free form, like score games. Like you're just getting enough money to go on to the next area.
Yeah.
Because even like by GTA 3, you've lost some of that. It's like all like strictly linear mission based. Not like you can choose which missions to do. Like you have some like you have different little quest lines you can continue, but like it's not like it's not completely open ended. Like how can I maximize my score to get to the
Yeah.
next area? That sounds like a very interesting structure to me.
Yeah.
Alright, I gotta hop off. I gotta go pick up my car before we have our game design meeting.
Hell yeah. Thank you for helping on, dude.
Absolutely, it was a lot of fun. And I was not doing other shit. I already finished my work. So, all right, I'll catch you later. And goodbye, chat. Goodbye, stream.
Goodbye, Pang. Talk to you in a sec. Okay. Y'all, hope you enjoyed that. Oh, the game audio is now off too. Okay. Yeah, Pang low-key saved the stream. Cause like number one, the charging situation was fucked up. And my MacBook is just frying itself. I'm sorry I couldn't get to most of y'all in chat. It's always like this with the combos, right? I don't want to cut people off. God, yeah, like on OBS, it was just telling me constantly, yeah, dropping frames. I want to think it's just the weather. I want to think it's gonna be better once we cool down again this weekend. Yeah, and like to what I was saying about San Andreas and Vice City. Yeah, Vice City, San Andreas. I feel like it will make sense to cover 3 in Vice City as a pair. But then I don't want to put that like on people in such short notice. I don't know. I guess maybe if time permits. I mean, Cranky was there. He's played it. I've played it. Maybe we'll just talk about it, and then if Pang joins in, he can like talk about what he played. I think maybe that's fine. Cause like I don't know if we would do a dedicated Vice City episode. Maybe we will just cover all 3. Like I think maybe what we'll do is like okay, GTA 3, and then talk really quickly about Vice City and San Andreas, cause like it's not like we'll get around to them otherwise. Okay, guys, like I announced at the start of the stream, Resident Evil subathon this weekend is happening. I'm gonna do a video announcement. Vice City is my favorite so far. I think I'll still like 4. Well, in the PS2 trilogy, Vice City is my favorite. I think 4 is even more to my taste. I'll find out when I get to it, but yeah. Resident Evil subathon this weekend. I'll make an announcement video tomorrow for that. Starting Friday evening Germany time. 48-hour stream. I'll play every possible iteration of Resident Evil 1. So hope you join me there. Hope I will have fewer technical issues. And yeah, I'll see y'all soon. I'm gonna end the stream now. I'm gonna press the button. Okay, bye. Bye. Oh my fucking god. Is it the fuck?